Sorry, folks, trying to get everything set up. One sec, please. All right, folks, just FYI, no shirt of the night because it's Let's Go Brandon, and that's not going to fly, obviously. So I had to take a minute and come up with something else, and the easiest thing to do was just go ahead and put the entire store on 10% off. So as of now, the entire store is 10% off. Go take a look. It's there for you. The shirt of the show is officially the entire store 10% off. I'm going to go ahead and put it up here right now. Oh. All right, 14 seconds. Sorry for the delay, folks. It's been a morning. It's been a day. It's been an everything. We're getting this up. Shirt of the show. Everything 10% off. See you in a few minutes. No, don't answer for the store. The documents of freedom are the one exclusive item that is absolutely never on sale. It is custom made by PFC Flags. It is no, I'm not going to discount something custom made. So no, please don't answer for the store unless you know for sure. No discount on the documents of freedom. Nope.
This is Damani Felder.
Everything else in the store can be 10% off, except that.
These are perilous times in American history. And now more than ever, we need individuals who are willing to wage war on the ideological battlefield with like-minded individuals. And I can think of no better place to start than my friends at the Don't Unfriend Me show. So thank you for being here and enjoy the show.
The DUM Club, folks, probably a re-envisioning of the DUM Club is coming around the corner. There are some things I'm going to bring to your attention shortly. A lot of the things that I expected for it to be are not being fulfilled. So that is something you're going to have to understand. We're working on it as fast as we can. It doesn't mean it's not a great club. It doesn't mean we don't have things available, but I want it to be even better. So we're going to be looking at it and discussing it with members. So maybe not the best advertisement, but at least it's honest. TheDUMClub.com. Go take a look. Step into a Wimkin. And sound.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Angie, I answered your question. I didn't say anything. I don't understand. Somebody had said when you asked the question, yes, they are on sale, and I said, no, don't say things that aren't true. That's all. So no, you asked a question and I answered it. So Angie, you're fine. I wasn't talking to you. So once again, miscommunication happens, especially when you're on chat. But in no way, shape, or form am I upset with the question. The answer is just simply no. And I was asking somebody not to go ahead and say it was when it wasn't. And the reason why is because the margin on the Documents of Freedom is actually fairly small. It's almost £1.50 pound shipped. It's 3 books, and you're getting custom wooden flag box. And that flag box, is $12 a pop. You got the books that are $12, $13 a piece, and then you got shipping, and by the time everything adds up, it's just there's no room for discount. But the new box is going to be going up, so wood is expensive, and even though everyone pretends that everything's okay in America and inflation is not happening and all that other stuff, it is. So FYI, Angie, you didn't do anything wrong. I just answered your question. That's all. Okay, good. All right, great. Let's get to it. We got a lot to do. We got a whole bunch to do. As you heard in the beginning of the show, 10% off the entire store. Everything minus the Documents of Freedom books. So if you have not had a chance to go on over there at the Don't Unfriend Me Show, we have coffee, we have hoodies, we have T-shirts, everything else. It's pretty cool. Head on over there, and we will get you taken care of. Victoria says I didn't get my shirts yet. Yeah, what did you order yesterday, Victoria? So yeah, that's kind of a standing joke. Where's the gang? It's Tuesday night. Usually it's Olivia and I, but Olivia's busy. So looking at some of the questions coming in, and we're going to have a ton. So no big deal, Angie. Once again, everything but the Documents of Freedom. Yeah, Angie, the Documents of Freedom, if you're going to do it, you might want to get it done. The pre-order cutoff is the 1st of the month. So anything that's ordered now till August will be fulfilled by the 1st of August. Because they're made to order, it'll be another 30 days. So I won't send the next shipment out till September. So you might want to consider doing it because we have boxes coming. I think we have 5 boxes coming. 10 boxes coming, and 7 of them already spoken for. So we have 3 boxes left. So if you're interested, take a look and see. Matt's orders always get to you. They always do. And and usually they come in they're not damaged, but it sounds like some of the old boxes before Jason started branding them twice with branding nails. Because UPS sucks and USPS sucks, they broke them. So if anyone had one of those that broke, we already replaced one. Vicky, I know Ramon said he wants one. I'm waiting for a new shipment to come in to send him another one. Amber got her red shirt. Good. So it sounds like everybody's getting their stuff and everything's good. I've never had any problem with the services we provide. In fact, we have a 5-star rating on all of our product. This shirt, I made this, my God, I don't know, 3.5 years ago. and it's perfect. It fits perfect. The neck hasn't baconed. They're great shirts. They are simply awesome, and you pay for it. You pay for it, unfortunately. Is FedEx or DHL an option? DHL International, yeah. Is FedEx an option? It's yes, but it's more money, and it's ridiculously expensive. So USPS does a great job for me. They really do. They do an amazing job. I have nothing to say. One time they lost a package. Another time it was damaged, but I got taken care of. Chef Lady got her a shirt. Great. I'm glad everyone's got everything. I get nothing. I got nothing. Ramon, I don't understand. All right, good. All right. So here's the I want to talk about a couple things with Kamala. I forgot the donation numbers. I'm sorry. Without Olivia here, I am a mess. I apologize. And she last minute sprung it on me that she wasn't going to be here, so I'm totally not prepared. So I'm sorry. Two things. One is you'll see that there's a link right below me, right here. Oh, God, squirrel. Ramon, say squirrel. New glasses. Got Nike or Under Armour glasses, and the big frame. I like these better. They're much more comfortable. I don't feel like I look like I don't know, a dick dork in them. So and it's a lot easier on my eyes, and I can actually see what you guys are saying. So new glasses. Second, with Facebook, we had Facebook that was providing us a substantial amount of money every single month, and for advertisement, copyright infringement, stuff like that. And they immediately changed the rules, and we went from, $10,000-$15,000 a month from Facebook to be completely wiped out. And I think my last check was $1,200, and that is because I had a post that hit 30 million people, or 3 million people, excuse me. So that entire check was based upon a post. So they don't show ads hardly anymore in my live shows. They have completely they haven't demonetized me. They've just completely restricted me due to the election. So we had to come up with a solution. So what did we do? We did, for the first time ever, we started asking for a donation, something we've never done before. And for the last 3.5 months, the people who watch the show have kept it alive. They have donated. They've done their best, and under one condition. One is that all of these are encompassing. You take care of your family, your friends, birthdays, your husband, your wife, anniversaries. You got your summer vacation planned for, get that done, and then donate to a local veterans charity. Maybe give a little bit to Trump. And if you have anything left over, you can help out the Donut and Friendly Show. We always appreciate it. We always thank you, and it means the world to us. We try not to do it too much in the show. We like to do it at the beginning, and we like to do it at the end, just so you're kind of aware. We might talk a little bit about it, and you'll see people's names pop up when they donate, and we always try to give accolades for the people who give us some help. So our goal's $32.50. We are within striking distance, less than $450 to go. And if you can help out, we would appreciate it. There you go. I can see myself in your new glasses. Yeah, a little bit of reflection. I've got monitors all around and then lights. And so, yeah, you can. They're anti-reflective for me, but not for you, unfortunately. All right, so let's talk about this. Matthew Spreely is not up. Let me find out why. And then we can get to it. Sorry, folks. Olivia said everything was up. Watch live, Political One. It's up. Spreely's up. I'm watching it right now. Here you go. Damn, I look good tonight. I'm just kidding. See? Me watching you, watching me, watching you, watching me. Spreely's up. Okay? Cool. Let me get out of that because that's going to throw me off. So I am calling this new Kamala Harris push Operation Blackout. And the reason why I'm calling it Operation Blackout is because I've watched all day long the commentary, and I can honestly tell you that the only thing Kamala Harris is running on is that she's black. Now, Kamala Harris effectively looks black, but she's Indian and Jamaican and not African American in the sense that they would like to make it sound. Now, does that matter? No, it doesn't matter. Yes, Biden's alive. Come on, y'all. Yes, he's alive. You just saw him board an Air Force One. You heard him make the phone call. It may be weird to you, but he's old. He's probably in his final stages. This is why he's out of the election. Listen, why are we acting surprised that this guy is essentially done? I mean, why? Oh, that transition was bad. Why are we pretending that we're surprised? We've said the whole time that he probably has dementia or Alzheimer's or, somewhere in between. And we've been talking about this. Everyone has. So why are we surprised that they're shelving him and not allowing him to go out? He's not dead. There's just no proof of that. Laura Loomer's fucking crazy, guys and girls. Laura Loomer's a nut job. She's crazy. I don't know what to tell you. I know Donald Trump. Listen, Donald Trump espouses how much he likes her, but he doesn't like her enough to put her in his administration. And doesn't like her enough to endorse her for her legislative run that she went on. She's wrong about everything. I can't even begin to tell you how, and she's stubborn wrong. Like, people will just absolutely lay her down, boom, 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 and give her the facts. And she's just like, I told you. And then she'll start you slept with a 16-year-old when you were 17. And, I have you here right here. And you went and took a cab to a local area that had a brothel in it. And, you're just like, what are you doing? You're just as bad as the left. You and Benny Johnson need to have sex and have Satan's kid, because I don't understand. She's nuts. Just stupid. Here's what it comes down to. Is Joe Biden dead? Not that I can tell. And folks, people understand that I may not have the network that other people have, but I do have people that I trust implicitly. And I have several people in Secret Service who I trust. And according to them, Joe Biden is not dead. In no way, shape, or form. Okay? So just relax on this. This whole he's dead thing. They're going to put him on the shelf. You saw him got out of his car and onto Air Force One. It didn't even look like he knew what was going on. He looked completely like he had no fucking clue what was going on. Okay? Hey, back off, Benny? No, not when he is always wrong and he never admits it. He never apologizes. And he just completely leads people to one thing after another of untruth. And I can't stand that. That bothers me. It really does. It's like there should be some credibility in this game. Is Joe still president until January? That is correct. Unless they do the 25th article, 25th Amendment. And Damani Felder and I happen to agree. I think they're going to put Kamala in. It gives her more clout. She can say, I have been president. I've done the job. I think that's any day now. Because what's the point? Why? It doesn't hurt Biden at all. Why not just go ahead and remove him? Everyone's behind her, and it's just another chink or another chain in the armor for her that she can say, oh, well, I've been running it for the last 3.5, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever it is. I am the president of the United States. Come on. It would make sense. And I would be very shocked if they didn't do that Joe Biden resigns his presidency. Because if you resign, you guys saw my video today, did you? I think most of you saw it. I think you did. This one's pretty simple. This isn't a super long video. Here, this will kind of put things in perspective. Here you go. Take a listen.
What's going on, Donut Family Nation?
Whoops. Olivia's not here to remind me.
Quick question for my Democrat listeners, when there are a few. And I know me wearing a Let's Go Brandon shirt this morning doesn't necessarily instill confidence that this is going to be an impartial and unbiased perspective. But my
Can Joe continue to sign any documents and pardons? Absolutely, Chevelle. He is 100% the president of the United States as of right now.
question is, I thought we were concerned about our
Yeah, Eli Crane was great on the assassination attempt. We're going to talk about that tonight, too.
democracy. You know, that little thing that we're not, where the mob rules.
I never said I don't like Benny. I actually like Benny. I think Benny is a very smart, intelligent, well put together human being. I think he's a family man. He says he's Christian. I don't know. I always am circumspect of people who are on a national platform who espouse about their religion. It's just not something I necessarily do. I think he's very smart, but I also think he comes with a lot of baggage, and he is inaccurate, and I think he does a lot of things for clicks. And he makes an incredible amount of money for doing things for clicks. And so does Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast makes a shit ton of money, and people have said he's one of the worst people on the planet to work for, that he is a horrible human being. Now, that could be jealousy. A lot of people say the same thing about Dave Portnoy. I don't know Dave Portnoy. I don't know Mr. Beast, and I certainly don't know Benny Johnson, but I know their persona, and Dave Portnoy does not seem to me to be a horrible boss. He seems to be very similar to me, very direct, very open, and a lot of people don't like that. Benny Johnson, to me, seems fake. I don't think the Benny Johnson that you see on his show is the same Benny Johnson that he is at home. I don't think that. The one thing that I can always say is the person I am here is the person I am at home, and anyone who knows me will tell you that, for better or for worse. I don't like his gotcha headlines. I don't like how he fakes stories. I don't like how he takes advantage of people who don't know better. I think it's wrong. And I don't appreciate it. If they do the 25th and there will be nobody except Trump to debate her from the Democratic Party. What? I don't understand what that means. Oh, I see what you're saying. So, I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, they will put an interim VP in place, which would fall to the speaker. So it'd be Mike Johnson. And that would just be a complete, a role that is just a name only, right? But it would be an interim position. Now, this can explain why articles of impeachment reportedly might be coming up. Something to think about. I want to thank Angie. Angie just ordered the Documents of Freedom. Angie, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Angie Zirkelback, thank you so much for ordering that. Anyway, quick, let's listen to the rest.
Because if you go back to times of ancient Greece and Rome, democracies were actually created to represent a larger group of...
Can't hear you. Okay.
People who ultimately the majority would win. The problem with that is that the individual rights and the individual voices were never heard. And this allowed people, especially elites, to garner power and usurp it from the people. And after that takes place, ultimately, it's like squeezing blood from a turnip. You can't tax people into prosperity, and that's usually what happens. In a republic, it's different. The individual rights are considered before all else. And therefore, if the individual rights are considered, then all boats rise in high tide, because everyone will be considered. But it starts with the individual. Do you feel represented as an individual? When you went out and you were told in the primary to cast your vote for Joe Biden and not look at other candidates like Jill Stein or RFK or anywhere else, and you were told that he was the best choice to stop Donald Trump, the orange Nazi, that you were told that they had to impeach him twice and almost 3 times because democracy. They had to go ahead and civilly try to bankrupt him because democracy. Criminally try to throw him in prison, once again, democracy. And have to go ahead and celebrate an assassination attempt because, let's be honest, you might hear them say we're wishing for Donald Trump's well-being and we hope and pray for him. Yeah, you don't pray for Hitler. You don't pray for a Nazi. Give us a break. You can't have it both ways. What you also can't have both ways is the following, is putting in Kamala Harris. It's a soft coup. It's not a coup. It's not a military takeover. We understand that, but it's a soft coup. And it's using white collar and blue collar laws and back alley deals to go ahead and replace a sitting president. The question is simple. If he isn't able to run, and he's not capable of running, and he can't win because the poll numbers say so, why do the poll numbers say so? Well, it's his age, and people don't think he's competent. So if he's not competent to run for office, and you have declared that by installing Kamala Harris, who the people did not vote for, that she somehow has raised $281 million in 36 hours, and people think that's small donations, because it's not. Because the FEC filings will come out after the election. It's kind of funny how this happened right now, so we won't see those numbers till after November. But I know, you know, and everyone else knows that those are not small donations. It's big corporations. It's the corporations that backed Joe Biden. It's the corporations that backed Obama and Bill Clinton. And most of them are Soros-type funding. Progressives. So since we're not going to see those numbers, but we all know where they came from, the question is, if he's unfit to run, then why is he the president?
Take a listen, Bobby. This answers your question that you just threw up there, right here.
And if you decided to make that choice to not have him be president anymore and not run, why didn't you do that when he actually, you had evidence from the Hur investigation where he said that he was incapable of standing trial? Nobody seemed to care then. The reason why is you know you're going to lose. So what you're trying to do is install Kamala Harris. It's not to win. It's so you actually have down ticket voting. People weren't going to show up and vote for Biden. They weren't going to vote for Trump. They just were not going to show up for Biden, but they'll show up for Kamala because this is a token female, not black. She's Jamaican and Indian, but you guys say she's black, so you can go ahead and get that vote to come out. But when people come out to vote, what do they also do? They vote down ticket, which gives you a chance in the House and the Senate. America, you've been lied to. Democrats, you've been lied to. They stole your money. They raised almost $500 million on a lie, and you handed over your money. They told you that this was your candidate. Joe Biden, 48 years in office, and what did they do? They did him dirty. They threw him to the wolves. They tossed him out like yesterday's breakfast. And what do? You decide to go ahead and take the table scraps they give you with Kamala Harris, someone you don't like, someone you never voted for, and honestly, you're pretending that she is now the great brown hope. And guess what? She's not. Trump 2024.
So Olivia's on mic, by the way, so if you guys have any questions or comments, she's listening, and she's just not going to come on tonight because she got lippy last night. I had to tell her, I had to tell her a couple things. But yeah, she's on.
No, Hayden's not feeling good, so I had to go take care of her and do the kitchen.
I'm lost without you, and it's so frustrating and I know I wasn't happy that you weren't going to be on tonight, but it's like you become such a crucial part of the show, and without you, the show doesn't run smooth, and it kills me. Like, I hate to admit it, but I depend on you for so much for supporting the kids and being an amazing wife and being my best friend, but also for being a co-host. So you're important. So that's why I wanted you to hear tonight, and that's why I was grumpy about it. So I just want to tell you.
I love you. I appreciate it.
Whatever. Slacker.
There are days I just do not want to put makeup on.
It's fine. There's days that I don't want you to put makeup. Listen, when I roll over in the morning, that is the most beautiful time ever that you are. Like when I was growing up, when I watched Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts, and after she sleeps after the strawberry scene and stuff, and she sleeps with Richard Gere, and she's laying out on those white sheets and no pillow, and her hair is just like out, and you see her back, and she's not nude or anything. That is like the most beautiful. That's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And Julia Roberts is not the most beautiful person, but right there, that shot is just ungodly. When I wake up in the morning, I see you. That's to me, that's my ecliptic moment of my deepest and fondest desire is to see you like that. So I don't know why you put on makeup. You don't need to. You have natural beauty. You're gorgeous, and everyone knows that. And there you are.
Thank you. It's the camera. If you don't accentuate facial features, it doesn't.
Well, then look at me. I'm a mess. I finally trimmed my beard, and it's much better. God, it grows so fast now in the gray. Anyway, so here's the deal. This is the blackout of Kamala Harris. Now, I want to address a couple things. The first thing is I got to say some things about Kamala Harris that are not strictly negative, because I wouldn't feel like I'm doing my job if I don't give you the full skinny. Is Kamala Harris dangerous? Yes. Yes. And there's a few reasons why. I told you in 2022, and I also told you in 2020 when the rumblings of Roe v. Wade were going to be on the docket, that abortion was going to be on the ballot. And it most certainly was. And everyone, all the Republicans are like, red wave. And I said, wait a second, no. We haven't won anything with MAGA since 2016 when Donald Trump won. We've lost everything. We lost the House. We lost the Senate. We got the House back by a thin majority. We lost 2 seats in Georgia, which flipped the Senate. We haven't gotten it back since. 2020, we got shellacked. Donald Trump pushed 17 MAGA election deniers, January 6th supporters, and they all lost. Every single one of them. He put in Mohammed Oz and Herschel Walker and, Majewski up in Ohio. Didn't even take Fetterman seriously when I told you Fetterman was going to win, and he did. I told you Whitmer was going to win. She did. I told you Stacey Abrams was going to lose and Kemp was going to win in Georgia, and that happened. So this isn't a bragging point. It's just we haven't won anything with MAGA. MAGA has lost everything since 2016. So she's dangerous because what she can do is bring women out even more than they already are. And I told you a long time ago that not picking Nikki Haley would bite Trump in the ass, and now it has. Because they got the woman card. And you could have got the woman minority card with Nikki Haley, and for the last 2.5, 3 weeks, she could have just been just bringing people over into the fold. Now, the Democrats outsmarted us once again. You guys got to listen to me. And someone even made fun of me and said, "Oh, will you support Nikki Haley?" No, I don't. What I said is that she's the best choice, and this is why. Because we all saw the tea leaves. We knew Joe Biden, if he was going to step down, it was going to be before the race, if at all. We knew he didn't want to, and he doesn't want to, and he's pissed. My understanding is that Joe Biden has been like scorched earth. What information I'm hearing is that he was going to burn the Democratic Party. He was going to burn Obama. He was going to burn Pelosi. He was going to come out and scorched earth, which he should because he's the president of the United States. And this was a soft coup, and he should label them all disloyal, and he should say my presidency was taken from me, But he doesn't have the faculties to do that. So we all knew there was going to be a problem, and I told you the normal successor was going to be Kamala Harris. It wasn't going to be Whitmer. It wasn't going to be Newsom. It was going to be. Everyone's like Michelle Obama's. No, she's not. I told you all along it was going to be Kamala, and guess what? It was. I was right. Because of the money, the donation. She got $81 million from the campaign immediately. She's going to get another $250 to $300 million. She's already raised $281 million all in this 36 hours. She's already got the delegates. She already won the nomination. Folks, this is a unified Democrat Party. This is what I told you to be concerned about, is that the conservatives look so good. But now when you look at the VP pick for Trump, it's kind of what they were waiting for. And now they're shifting to Operation Blackout and making this about the color of her skin, and that's it. Kamala Harris may not be popular, but people don't need popular. All they need to do is re-envision her. The media, it's a media blitz. Every single Twitter account, every blue check mark is Kamala this, Kamala that, Kamala this. Schumer just endorsed her. Pelosi endorsed her. Obama's going to be next. She is a progressive. Absolutely, Jean. Is that how you say it? Is it Jean? Jeanne, Liv?
Yeah, that's Jean.
I want to say Jeanne. I don't know why I do that. Jean to me is Jean, or Gene, but I always get mixed up with that. I don't know why.
Is there an IE at the end or just an
No, but it's like Christine and Kristen. I messed that up too. I don't know why. We know nobody here is going to vote for Kamala Harris. That's not what I'm saying. When I say women, I mean moderates and liberals, not conservatives. We need to read between the tea leaves here. Kamala Harris is not stupid. She may say stupid shit, and she does, but she's not stupid. Just like when they say Trump's stupid, Kamala Harris can debate. She's not very good on one-on-one interviews. She's not very good on topics she doesn't understand. And here's the problem. They will expose her. As a president, she's going to have holes because she doesn't talk on a variety of topics very well. This is the woman who silently and accidentally endorsed late-term abortions. This is the woman who doesn't understand the difference between a magazine and a clip. She is the person that said AR-13 assault rifle. Okay, she's the Venn diagrams, the constant spinning of time, and time is a never-ending clock of cogs and whistles and beeps that beep and whistle and cog as the hands flow and the time moves. What does it, Liv? What's the hand?
She does it so much better than me. It's
just see. Come on.
Thinking. What can be
unburdened by what has been.
But yeah, that.
What can be unburdened by the clocks that have been. You know what she's quite good at presenting oral arguments. And don't make a joke. She's professional at oral arguments, but she can articulate herself. She came off the plane today, I think in Wisconsin or Michigan, one of the two, and she gave a salute to the Air Force, and it was crisp and it was good. It was a strong salute, and I was like, oh shit. It was good. She's going to be presidential, and she is going to offer something that hasn't been around in a long time, and that's somebody who can put two sentences together. We need to be aware of this. Now, she is going to be force-fed down all of our throats, everybody's throats, entire United States. We have to ensure that we combat that information articulately and with factual, objective, and deductive logic. Calling her that she's on her knees and insulting her that way, it isn't going to garner any favors. In fact, it's just going to piss women off. Donald Trump, if he's smart, will talk like he did about the director of the Secret Service, presidential. I'm sure he despises that woman because she got him almost killed. She got him shot. But he was like, she was pleasant, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's what with Kamala Harris, I'm looking forward to the debates. I'm looking forward to having a real conversation with a real candidate. And now we can discuss the issues. That should be him. And I understand Trump has to be Trump. We have to let Trump be Trump. But you know what? That's not how he has redeemed his image, by letting Trump be Trump. Trump has not been Trump, which is why he's leading in the polls. Trump has been factual. Trump has been directive. Trump has successfully prosecuted his case in the public eye for how he's been treated, and people are backing Trump. But that will not last if he goes on what he did to Nikki Haley, the bird brain bullshit.
He needs to respect her, show her some respect a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just enough to not turn off the moderates, because you want to bring the Nikki Haley into the fold. Nikki Haley people, they may very well vote for Kamala. You've got to get some of those people. Are you saying Kamala is going to win the presidency? Did I say any of that? No. What I'm saying is I'm giving you the things that you're going to see over the next 3 months that could assist her in making this race a lot closer than it should be. That's what I'm giving you.
He needs to show her enough respect to not lose respect of women.
Yes.
He can't treat her the way he treated Hillary. Hillary was despised.
Yes.
And most women hated Hillary.
Yeah. They don't hate Kamala. They just don't like her. They just don't like her.
They don't hate Kamala like they hated Hillary.
Yeah,
he needs to respect her so he doesn't lose the woman vote.
It's a
because
really
it's
good
on
point.
thin ice with women anyway. So he needs to somehow pull them in.
Yeah. And this is why I've been screaming Nikki Haley for a long time. But you got to understand, my first choice isn't Nikki Haley. As vice president, it's Glenn Youngkin. It's absolutely Glenn Youngkin. But I'm not going to get that. And he chose J.D. Vance. And I don't know if J.D. Vance, from what I've seen so far, is truly, he's got a lot to learn. And he's got to learn it quick. I don't care about an Ipsos and Reuters poll. Don't give me national polls. That is a 33 and a third. That is 464 Democrats, 323 Republicans, and like 300 and something independents. Thomas, I don't support that poll. I've already looked at it. It's a shit show. That poll is completely canned. This is what I told you. It's Operation Blackout. They are going to make Kamala seem like this sweeping Obama. Everyone's seen her for 4 years. So can Trump change his VP pick? Yeah. But if he does that, that will absolutely that's why they're going to take time. The DNC is going to make sure they have the right VP. Someone like Shapiro or Walz or somebody else will come in, and it'll have to be kind of Magoo. It'll probably be somebody who's she has more of the legalese and the blue collar look with her background, police, law. They're going to go over somebody who's more techie and a little bit more business savvy. And that's where Shapiro, Walz, or somebody else might come in and do it. I'm not saying Kamala. Okay. Folks, here's the thing about this show. Just because I say something, it doesn't mean I'm talking about you. Like Phyllis is like, he won't lose this woman's vote. We know. He's not going to lose my wife's vote. He's not going to lose most women who are conservative and voting for him. That's not who we're talking about. Remember, keep this in perspective. We're talking about the voter base of the United States. We're talking about the people who are not in Donald Trump's corner. And that's who they're curtailing to right now. They are trying to make this a trend for women. They're trying to get women. They're gonna hammer abortion again. And now you got J.D. Vance and Trump and this is going to be the campaign slogan. I'm telling you right now, it's the commercials being cut. 2 men have no right to dictate to a woman about her body. We've already done that. So they're going to play that card. Kamala Harris understands your body. She understands you as a woman. She understands what you're going to go through. Shouldn't your daughter understand what it's like to truly have a president that fights for her, like Joe Biden fought for us? Kamala Harris understands women better than anyone else in the history of the United States of America. She's young. She's vibrant. She's accomplished. This is going to be the narrative, and it's already started. So we need to, somebody's playing with my counter clock. Someone's liking and unliking, liking and unliking, liking and unliking.
I haven't even done invites today. So
please do them because
do
they have to be done. I mean, that is like a crucial, I'm paying $10 a day for advertising again because we just dropped our interaction. So I need some help. So if you would not mind doing that, that would be huge for me, sweetie. Do you have a second to do that? Okay. So I just want to give you that they are going to prop her up. The propaganda machine is in full effect. Someone says you don't think it'll be RFK Jr. That's what I tried to tell you. If Kamala Harris picks RFK Jr. as her running mate and heals that divide between the Kennedy family and RFK, I would be shocked if she chose him. But I'm telling you right now, it would be an amazing, brilliant move to take him out of the race because you're going to take 7% of that vote and give it right to Kamala. And then that race against Trump is going to be close. It'll be razor thin. It'll be so close to call, I wouldn't even want to bet $1 on it. RFK is going to pull votes and siphon them away. That's why they're bringing in and taking the abortion argument. The Kennedys have a lot of pull. The Obamas have more pull. And they're selling Kamala as a modern day hope and change agent. And they're treating her like they did Obama. They're trying to resell her and rebrand her. So this is all going to be coming out. But if you put RFK on that ticket as VP, which I don't believe that's what will happen, but what you do is you have Kamala go to RFK and promise him something and a high position in her staff, Secretary of State. You put him in charge of some blankety blank 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 project, whatever it is, and you get him to bite and at least say something, because he's probably gonna have to drop out at some point. He's going to take some votes from Kamala, a lot of votes from Kamala, and it would behoove her to reconcile that relationship and give him some sort of verbal recognition to get him to come over. I don't think he'll be VP. It would be a brilliant move, because then she can control his votes and then just put him out to pasture. I don't think RFK is that stupid to do it, but if she can get him to be more liberal and more of a Democrat, this helps Kamala Harris. Don't give them any ideas. I have to do my job. This is what I do. I tell you what my thoughts are. So yeah. All they did was swap out dumb for dumber. Same old admin, same old failed policies, different face. What does she have to run on? That's on the color of her skin and what's between her legs, Julie. And that's really all that America cares about. I'm not talking about you. Since when do Democrats not care about identity politics and gender politics? That's all they have. You just gave them a female Obama in their eyes. I don't think you understand how dumb America is. Really, truly. How most of the voters, half the constituency. Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you very much, Vicky.
We need that. We're not there this month, so thank you. That helps out tremendously.
Running
Thanks.
a little slow on it.
It is running a little slow, but we appreciate you. Thanks for donating and keeping us going. We thank you so much. You can do that at linktapgo.com/the DUM Show, tip or donate. We appreciate you. So that's what I'm saying is that they're going to sell identity politics. I'm going to show you some videos on that so you understand. So what does she have to run on? Nothing. Nothing. What did Obama run on in his second term? What did Biden run on? You have to understand that there is a large demographic and voting base that literally will vote on somebody's looks. Do you know how many women, how they choose their sports team is based upon the uniform of the team?
Mm-hmm. Or how good looking the guys are that play.
Yeah, this is the truth. So when you're talking about now, I'm not talking about women here. We're talking about the opposition. We're not talking about you. But there are some choices that Donald Trump is going to have to make, and if he makes this about identity politics, they will win. He's got to make it about inflation. He's got to make it about the border, and he will. Donald Trump is not going. He'll rib her and attack her, but he's going to say, listen, it doesn't matter. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, the Easter Bunny. The policies are bad, and he's on that topic. So good for Donald Trump. I told you over the last 9 months, Trump has been getting some very good advice. It's advice I would give him. And a lot of people are like, dude, he's either watching your show. I know Jesse Waters. Now I have no doubt in my mind that Jesse Waters is watching my show. Jesse, you're outed. I know for a fact you're watching. You take shit from me every single day. Like Olivia and I were sitting at dinner table, and you guys remember what I said? I said, hey, the shot from the assassin is a 6-inch putt. Jesse Waters said that. Then the president said it today. And I'm just like, son of a bitch. That's not something that, has anyone heard that except for me? Anywhere? No. I'm not even a golfer. It's a drop in the can. So little things like that. So I know Jesse Waters. One of his writers listens to this show. Isn't RFK on the opposite end of Palestine and Israel than her? But Bob, whether that's true or not, it doesn't matter. Because single issue voters and single issue candidates don't survive in this landscape. You can't. The days of Ronald Reagan, who was completely a single issue candidate who wanted to destroy communism in the world, that's what he ran on. And that's all he ran on. He didn't run on anything else. Anything. He didn't have an economic policy. That's why they labeled him with Reaganomics. He didn't have a family values policy that wasn't already established in the Conservative Party. His fiscal policy was just like regular conservatives, limited government, decreased taxes, but that's not what he did. He spent a shit ton as president. So my point is that. That's it.
Now, I do have one thing to say about her.
Okay.
She was, as VP, the main thing, and pretty much the only thing she's been in charge of is the border. And the border is one of the biggest issues
she failed.
And in this election cycle.
Yes. Yeah, good point. He
So-
needs to call that out.
Do you think people will look at that and go, the one thing she was in charge of as a vice president was the border? And it was, thanks, dear. Appreciate it.
Here, this is what we're going to do.
No.
No, I got out. I got you. I was going to put you in a little tiny window, but you're all bummed out. Go ahead.
She failed on the one thing she had to do. And it's the one thing that it's the hot button issue, like abortion was 4 years ago. It's the hot button issue.
But you have to prosecute that, right? You have got to make sure that they hang the border on Kamala without making it sexist. They just put articles of impeachment to Kamala, although it might be the right thing to do, it's stupid. It's dumb. You don't do that because now you're just saying we don't want to fight fair. We don't want to fight her in a vote. You've got to be careful. And these fucking Republicans that are breaking ranks and putting articles. Yes, she knew about his ailments. Yes, she was complicit in that. Yes, they need to be held accountable for that. But we got to win the election first. If they win, nothing gets done.
Yeah, beat him in the polls.
Beat him in the
That's what's gonna
polls.
do
Yes,
it.
we've tried this. You're not going to fight fire with fire. Don't subvert the election and do what they have been doing. Go after them the right way. Go get up there and get women to defend Trump. And you need to put women that aren't Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. You need to put women who are respected by everybody, who at least they can listen to. Laura Trump is a very smart lady. Have her out there. Ivanka, although is hated by the extreme left, is very respected. Melania was fairly well respected, maybe not by the media and the elites, but she's respected. Get her out there. You need to get women to advocate for Trump. You need to put Nikki Haley out there. You need to get Kristi Noem out there. You need to get Sarah Huckabee Sanders out there. You need to mend bridges with Kayleigh McEnany. You have to.
I didn't know they.
Yes, he went off on her and called her a traitor and, Fox News shill and all this. Oh my God. You've got to get the women. You got to go get Harris Faulkner to talk about you. You got to find a way to go get Dana Lausch to stop freaking going for DeSantis and get her back on your side. You need to dump people like Laura Loomer, who's fucking crazy. So, or at least control her, because she loves Donald Trump. So, loves Donald Trump, like D Batteries and Peanut Butter with her puppy love Donald Trump. You get her to heal, because she's nuts. She just openly said on her page that Joe Biden's dead and she has a source. And you're not going to get an apology for that. She's nuts. She's crazy. She's a Jew and she's sitting there going buddy with Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, don't hate Donald Trump, vote for him. And I'm like, he hates you. You're a Jew. What are you doing sucking up to a little neo-Nazi fascist dickhead? We gotta be better. We gotta be smarter. So that's the Kamala that you're gonna hear, that you're gonna see. But I'm telling you, that's surface level. That's onion. When you peel back the layers, she is a single issue candidate. Truly, it's her color of her skin and abortion. All right, so now,
Yeah, Sarah Sanders.
Sarah Huckabee. What
Yeah.
about her?
Get Sarah Sanders to speak for me.
That's what I
She
said.
would, Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Not only that, find a way to reconcile with. You're gonna hate this. Everyone's gonna get pissed at me. I have to say it. The Bushes are neocons. The Bushes are complete old school Republican Party, and that has been completely exercised. The demons have been exercised. You somehow have to get the Bushes to maybe not endorse you, but do something with the Bushes, just visually. And George Bush Jr. is a perfect person to do it. Him and Donald Trump are very similar. They come from very rich families. They were both kind of playboys. And if you can get Bush Jr. to kind of ease it, not like we support Donald Trump, you're never going to get that. But if you can get them to say, listen, we've looked at our country. And in 2016, we rallied against Trump. In 2020, we rallied against Trump. And look at where it put us. We have to set our differences aside. We have to bring the Republicans together. Whatever that takes, Donald Trump needs to push for that. His people need to push for that. And you need to unite the party on all levels. I don't care about, I hate the Bushes. I can't stand them. I can't, no, I don't hate the Bushes. I hate Cheney and Bush Sr. I don't hate Laura Bush. I don't hate Barbara Bush. I don't hate Bush Jr. I don't hate them at all. Not a big fan of Jeb, but I do not like his father, and I do not like the Cheneys, and I don't like the neocons like Paul Ryan and Michelle Bachmann who supported him. But we've got to get people who have abandoned Trump to embrace him again. And the only way you can do that is to have Trump be the Trump he's been for 9 months. And you have to counteract this narrative with Kamala Harris. Now, Christian Rodriguez is right. He says, hate to say it, they got to be like the Democrats, united, not divided. Exactly. And the conservatives did that at the RNC. They had the best RNC we've ever had. They have to continue that momentum. You can't have people filing articles of impeachment unless that's what Donald Trump and the RNC want. You've got to reel in these conservatives that are just going off half-cocked. You've got to be careful, strategic, make smart moves. Don't block just to block. Block because it's necessary. It's going to cost you the election if you don't block, right? We've got to be smarter. Now, oh my God, Eric, we need more non-politicians to run for office, kill both parties and invoke term limits. Yeah, you're not going to, you have term limits. It's called voting. Founding fathers gave you everything we needed in the Constitution. Now here comes the stolen election shit. For anyone who does it really frustrates me. Eric, you're smart, man. You know, frame yourself that way, dude. You don't have to be a 18-year-old TikToker. Nah. Yeah, it's dismissive. I don't know, man. Just because you think that we don't need politicians, unfortunately, that's not the way the world works. So what do you want to do? You want to fire every single politician and what? Have anarchy in the streets? It's not the politicians that are the problem. It's the money. It's the political action committees. It's Citizens United. Politicians haven't changed. Politicians have always been about money, power, and votes. So you need to take out one of those. And the one that you need to take out is money, which then it eliminates the power and votes piece because it allows politicians to focus on the only thing they should focus on is votes and earning the vote of the people because the power is removed, because the checks and balances will be restored in this government. The fourth estate will ultimately start becoming the balance it was meant to be outside of the executive powers, judicial powers, and legislative powers. So simply saying, let's just dissolve the entire government, it's not feasible. You have to remove dark money and Citizens United and political action committees and special interest groups from Washington, D.C. You need to establish Washington, D.C. as and all buildings around it as the only people who get access are federal employees and the elected representatives. Political action committees they do not meet at the Capitol building. They do not meet in the private offices of legislators. They have to meet them in their home state where they do business and no longer in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. needs to be broken up. That's what you need to do. Anyway, I just think you're better than nah. Nah. You're not an 18-year-old TikToker, bro. You're a smart, educated, white male. Act like it. Power is in the lobbyist.
Our 11-year-old says nah.
Right.
We had to tell him to knock it off.
Yeah, nah, brah. Come on, dude. We're men. Let's act like it. And let's be realistic. I'm not coming down on you. I'm encouraging you. If you and I were next to each other, I'd buy you a beer and say, come on. You wouldn't say that to me if we were drinking a beer. Don't say it now. 2020 election is over and done with. Yes, it is. So let's talk about this last thing, and then we can move into the heart of the show. A lot of people are saying right now that Kamala Harris is not a natural-born U.S. citizen. I've been in an argument with a guy. His name is, I think it's John Brenner, and I'm just Brennan, and I'm just like, go figure. It's not the real Brennan, but I've argued with this guy before, and he likes to pretend that he is open. He likes to pretend that he is willing to change his mind, but he's not. He's dismissive. He repeats himself ad nauseum. And Eric, okay, hold on. Eric says something. I agree with you completely on removing the money. I'm not insisting we remove the politicians. We replace them. Okay, so the only way you replace them, though, Eric, is that, there we go. That's, dude, rock on. You didn't say nah. Most people come back, fuck you, dude. Can't believe you did. Good for you for being an adult. I agree with you. We replace them. The problem is that we've put good people in. We put in Luttrell. We put in Eli Crane. And those guys don't bend because they're SEALs, right? They have a military discipline. They're disciplined in their mind. They keep their word. It's their honor. It's their bond. And I love Eli. We don't get to talk at all. And I love the guy, and I saw him today, and I was just like, dude, good for him, because he's doing bigger and better things. He was on Glenn Beck today. He doesn't have time for me. I'm too small. But I really respect Eli and what he presents, because he's always consistent, and it's not money for him, and it never will be. But the problem is that most good people and people go to Washington with good intentions, and they get corrupted by the unbelievable pull of dollars. You know what I mean? So if you don't eliminate that, changing out people doesn't matter. When you only can change out 33% of the government at any time, you're never going to get change, because that 66% will still be the majority, and they will absolutely, unequivocally corrupt what we think is non-corruptible. So what you need to do is this. Now here's my thoughts, and I really like this guy actually now. Eric, here's my thoughts. Is you're going to have to amend the Constitution, which is it's dangerous. But instead of term limits, how about we do this? How about we reset the Congress, and how about we reset the Senate to 0? And we set and extend state legislature to 4 years, so they don't have to start campaigning 3 months after they get in office. You keep Senate at 4 years. You move the governors to a mandated 4 years, give them consecutive terms, make all states just align. And you change the elected positions to all align with a constant change of government every 4 years. And the reason you do this is that if the Congress or the legislation, the House of Representatives and the Senate are not getting the job done, you have the ability to remove them, the governors, the city council, the dog catcher, the county clerk, the sheriff, the president of the United States. Sorry, I didn't have a stroke. I hit my tooth, which has a crown on it. All these are crowns on top, and it kind of hurt. So I hit it, and I'm like, So anyway, But you do that so we truly can change the face of our government. But right now you have offsetting. You have freshmen who have 2 years. You've got sophomore candidates who are going to be 1 year. You've got governors that are 6 in some states, 4 non-consecutive terms. They split it. It's ridiculous. And you've got jumping. You've got senators who are running for different offices while they're in office. You need to make a rule that once you run for an office, you may not run for another one. You either resign your position and have a bench ready to go, a successor, which very similar to assistant attorney general. You would have an assistant House of Representative, assistant senator, and that person would be a delegate for you as a placeholder until the election comes up, whatever it would be. But that person has to be voted on like a runoff election or like a recall vote, and has to re-vote from the constituents. You make that digital. You put it online. You get a system with a key fob and a VPN. Every single American gets a key fob, gets an application that is completely like World of Warcraft, an impenetrable thing. Korean gold and Japanese gold were absolutely destroying World of Warcraft. They have the most secure system in the world. I think they had something like 0 hacks. Anyone with an authenticator on their account, they've never been hacked. It's a 24 encrypted 1-minute revolving code, 512 megabytes of encryption. It's not going to happen. You cannot solve that level of encryption every 60 seconds. It's impossible. So give that to the voters. If we can protect Apple iTunes, we can protect the country. But you allow those votes that people can't take a day off for, and you make it digital. And if 1,000 people show up, well, then that's the vote. If 100,000 people show up or 20 million show up, that's the vote. And you bake it upon your last of your name. A through D go on this week and this month. G through P go through this month. And so it doesn't get overwhelmed like Obamacare and all that stuff. That's what you do. But you need to align the expiration date on these people so we have a chance to vote them out. And if people are like 4 years is too long, I don't think so. Senators ultimately, why is the House of Representatives for 2 years? It doesn't make any sense. All you're doing is not allowing the House to do what they're responsible for, which is to pass and create legislation. And they control the purse strings. And if they are constantly going out and fundraising for their next election, and they've got to each raise $2 million to be even in a race for House of Representatives now, it doesn't make much sense, does it? So instead of just putting term limits in, why don't we make it make sense? Because that would require accountability, right? Now, Kamala Harris, people have been saying that she is not a, thank you, Marky. Thanks, buddy. I think you owed me $20 anyway. I'm pretty sure. I really like these glasses. I don't have a headache and I can see the screen and everything's clear.
Yay,
this
I'm
is
glad they
fantastic. Oh my God. It's
We'll
so
have
much.
to call that dude and thank him.
Yeah, it's so
for the
much
help.
better. So much better. Like I can see, and they're low profile, so they're not that annoying, you know? Like I don't look like a moron, I don't think. All right. Kamala Harris is a U.S. citizen. Period. I don't care how you slice it, how you dice it, how you want to manipulate it. These people who are saying these things are just lying to you. She's Jamaican and she's Indian. The last time I checked, Jamaican's black. It may not be African American, but it's black enough, okay? Black enough for government work. If you brought her home in 1960 and you were white, your parents would have hated you, okay? Tell me I'm wrong. Okay, great, then she's black. I'm not here to defend Kamala Harris. Everyone's like, oh, you like her. I can't believe you're defending her. You're such a rhino. I've heard all that shit before, okay? I'm trying to give you perspective that isn't bullshit. Let's focus on the things that are bad, that she absolutely believes the super predator mentality when it comes to African Americans. She betrayed her own people. That she worked for a white supremacist in Joe Biden, who she said was a racist, who would not bust children, and called him a racist and ran with him anyway. You get to question her who she is. You get to question her relationship with Willie Brown. You get to question her time as Attorney General. You get to question how she moved up through politics and why. Wasn't based on meritocracy, but based on how she did it, which we know how she did. She collected influential people. You can focus on the things, her failure on the border, how she's done absolutely nothing and wasn't trusted, how they literally put her out to pasture, how she failed in Poland. How is she going to communicate on a national stage with world leaders who don't respect her? How is she going to walk into Saudi Arabia and get the petrodollar back for us? How is she going to do that when they literally think that she is absolutely beneath them? You're going to focus on the things that are important. But what I'm telling you is this shit you're focusing on is just as bad as what you did with Biden, with Hunter Biden. Stop it. Focus on the things that matter. The 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, it specifically focuses on the citizenship of Americans. Clause is in Section 1. Go read it. And it walks you through the entire thing. It talks about naturalization. It talks about to the jurisdiction thereof. And a lot of people go, oh, well, the jurisdiction thereof is based upon certain interpretations. No, because you use court precedents to go ahead and establish this. It's based on citizens of the United States and where they reside in the United States. And if they are born in a U.S. territory in the United States, they are officially a U.S. citizen. And if you don't think that they are, then what you're saying is every single person in the military who is serving is not a U.S. citizen. Yes, they are, because their parents are. But that's not what's required. That's not what's required. You're making a false statement. Anyone born on U.S. soil, anyone, including Kamala Harris, she was born in Oakland, automatically acquires U.S. citizenship at birth. Doesn't matter what her parents are. This is how you have illegals coming over here who are not American citizens, and this is where you get the birther movement. Not the birther movement. This is where you get the DACA and the DACA recipients. Thank you, Edward. You're the man. Appreciate you donating, buddy. This clause in Article 1, it ensures that anyone born in the country, regardless of their national immigration status or their parents, are always American citizens. Now, this guy, Brennan, he's like, oh, well, there's a difference between a U.S. citizen and naturally born. No, there's not. You were born in the United States of America. He wants to go back to the rules of bloodline. Listen, Harry Potter. I understand you think that all Mexicans and blacks are mudbloods, you racist fuck. But that doesn't have anything to do with it. If you're born on I will live and die and protect people. American citizen, period. You are a citizen of this country. And I don't like Kamala Harris. Fuck her. But I will die defending her because she is an American. And whether you stop making it about this. We did this with Obama. It didn't work. He got 8 years. Don't fucking do this again. She has every right to be the president of the United States. Period. It's so important not to do this again. Okay? Hear me now. If you make it about this, you make it about her being a U.S. citizen, her skin color, they will win. Have you guys ever heard of Chester A. Arthur? I'm sure you have. His father wasn't a U.S. citizen. He was president of the United States. There are court cases that have precedent about this that you can look up anytime you want. You just actually have to go and do it. People want to talk about Minor versus Happersett, 1875. Of course, they're going back to 1875. But it didn't exclude U.S. soil from being a part of the natural-born citizenship. It defined a natural-born citizen exhaustively and exclusively to mean only those born to citizen parents. It never said that. It didn't say you have to have citizen parents. It was never a part of it. Because United States versus Wong in 1898, the Supreme Court explicitly addressed the status of children born in the United States to non-citizen parents and held that such individuals are indeed natural-born citizens. Period. End of story. And that's what the Constitution calls for. Natural-born citizens. There is no argument. It's over. It's done. I don't care. Brennan, find a new topic. This isn't the first time you've lost to me. Man up. Come on the show. Take your shellacking like a man. Stop arguing with me in the threads. I don't have time for you. I've given you so much attention. You will not listen to anyone. You want to dictate old fucking laws from some obscure reference that has nothing to do with today. Precedent has stated over and over and over and over. Hundreds of thousands of cases have stated that if you are born in the United States, including what? 1.7 million DACA recipients, the Supreme Court judged this. 1.7 million people, that's 1.7 million cases that have already established that they were born in the United States, therefore they are American citizens, naturalized citizens, or U.S. natural citizen. You can play semantics and change the words all you want. It doesn't matter.
I have a question.
I'm not done.
Okay.
Almost done. Just because you think something doesn't mean that you are right. Just because you believe something. There is law, there is the Constitution, and there is the interpretation through precedent. If you cannot demonstrate it with precedent, then you lose. And you have lost. And you can go demonstrate some random case that has nothing to do with presidential requirements. You can do that, but it's not gonna help your argument. And you can get all pissy and upset that I'm using emojis and whatever. I don't care. I don't have time for you. This isn't the first time we've done this. And then you can also say, oh, I thought better of you. Dude, I don't even know you. Your opinion of me means nothing. Nothing. Because I don't know you and you don't know me. And gaslighting people and trolling people, you may think it's fun, but your argument, you're a smart guy, Brennan. Use it for something good. Why are you coming after me? Do you think Kamala Harris is a U.S. citizen? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then you're right. Shut up. If it's no, prove it. Show me with case precedent that has denied U.S. citizenship to a person who's born in the United States who has not committed a crime. Please show it to me. You can't. Because there isn't one. And if there is one, it's been overturned in the higher courts. Or it's waiting to be overturned in the higher courts because it's unconstitutional. Stop making this about some bullshit made up story about Kamala Harris that she's not qualified to be president. She's more qualified than a lot of people who ran for president. You don't have to like her. But what you don't get to do is make shit up because it's stupid. It's just, it doesn't stick. It doesn't change votes. It increases people voting for her. When you attack someone based upon their skin color or what's the slit between their legs, or you make up that she's not an American, you look like a racist dick. She is an American. She is a U.S. citizen. She was born on our soil. And people I know fought to defend her right. Do I think it's okay that illegals come over here and have kids? Do I believe that chain babies are okay? No, I don't. I don't agree with any of that. But it's the law. And until we change it, you don't get to sit here and say that Kamala Harris isn't a U.S. citizen. Okay? Enough. Stop. Just stop. So let's change. Let's not change the people. Let's change how they serve us. Let's get them all on the same clock. And you can call them the inaugural national representatives, whatever, alumni, I don't care. You can give them a little pin and a jacket, a ceremonial patch. I don't give a shit what you do. Every 4 years, we can change our government out completely. That's what we need. We have got to stop changing it 33% of the time. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything to change out 175 people every 2 years. It doesn't help. You got to do the whole thing. Okay? Good.
All right. Question.
Yeah, question, baby. Sorry.
All right. When it comes down to being a legal citizen and being able to run for president, is it you have to be born on U.S. soil in the 50 states, or can you be born?
U.S. Virgin Islands qualifies.
What about like if you're born on
embassy qualifies, a military base qualifies.
Okay,
anything that's sovereign United States. That's why people who are born, you have guys in the Navy would nail a Japanese woman or a Filipino woman. They're still a U.S. citizen.
Got it. I always wondered about that.
Yeah, you're still a U.S. citizen. It's you were born in an embassy. You decide to go ahead and seek clemency. You're an American citizen, and your wife isn't. You go into a U.S. embassy. You have a child. You're officially a U.S. citizen. That's the way it works. Off topic, what's on your hand? It's a wrist brace. I spend so much time working on this mouse. I get carpal tunnel when I sit down. When I stand up, it's fine, and I stand up 90% of the day. But when I sit down, this position hurts. Also, I have a skin disorder. It's called dermatographia, and it is extremely sensitive to synthetics. It's incredible. Like the plating that they put on clippers, that non-real plating, that fake spray-on, whatever it is. My neck will turn into, it feels like cat scratching. You just rub it softly and it literally feels like it's on fire, but only on my neck. But my elbows, you'll see me wear a sleeve when I play video games, not on this elbow, but this, when I'm on my leather, and it's not synthetic, it's actually leather. It will start to itch and burn and feel like somebody's just sticking pins in my arm. It's horrible. No, it's not rosacea. It's not shingles. It's not. It's called dermatographia, and it's a skin condition. And what it means is derma, meaning skin, and epidermis, and graphia, meaning to graph or to plot or to write, means it's a disease where you can write on my skin, and you can get your nail, you can get anything, and write very softly, and you can sign your fucking name on my arm. But Liv will tell you. Liv?
Yep. The kids have it too.
So there you go. So that's why.
Judy Gurley had a really good question like
Give it
30
to me.
minutes ago, and it was really a long time ago. So I'm going to try and remember it, but you may want to look it up. Something along the lines of, do you think that Biden stepped down now to get Trump out of the news after the attempted assassination? Do you think?
No, I don't think it has to
timing?
do with the assassination. I think it has to do with they were waiting to see the news cycle with the RNC, and they realized that their convention was too far, and they were going to, if they didn't do this now, there was no time to do this. Like I told you, with Kamala, it added, like they cannot put a new candidate in. It will be, everyone's like, it's not going to be Kamala. They're going to take Kamala out. No, dude. That's it. She's going to be the nominee. That's it. She's on the ticket. She's on the ballots. The money they've collected another $250 million, and you think that they're going to steal $750 million from their constituents, and they're going to be okay with that? Kamala's going to be the nominee. Who the vice president is going to be is going to decide whether she's leading the country or someone else, and it's going to probably be that person. I believe that the Democrats realized that Joe Biden, the lie was over. The gig was up. And they were not going to win. And that what I said in my video, they were going to lose the down ticket balloting. By putting Kamala on there and getting women to come out and African Americans, minorities, they still might not be enough to win and beat Trump. But it does give them a chance to win in the local districts and the state races for down ticket balloting. And if they don't show up, they're not going to win the House and the Senate. But if they show up, more than likely people will down ticket ballot. That's what the Democrats are trying to save right now. But in that time process, you very well could propel Kamala Harris into a very feasible win against Donald Trump if Republicans do not address this the right way. You're not only going to give them the House and Senate, you could fucking give them the presidency. Listen, don't underestimate the Republican Party in the throes of victory, in the jaws of victory, to clench and successfully get defeat. In the jaws of defeat, clench victory is the saying. In the jaws of victory, clench defeat. They in the jaws of victory, they most assuredly can be defeated. I feel like I'm Kamala Harris. In the jaws of victory, you get defeat. So you got to be careful here. You got to be real careful. You can't empower her. You can't give her momentum. So let's see what the DNC brings. It's going to be a unified DNC. Just so you know. They're already demonstrating that. And they've got them whipped into shape. And now you're going to see it. So now we're really going to find out. It's going to be a race, folks, whether you want it to be or not. Democrats are on the ball right now. They are raising money and they are pushing out the narrative. And Operation Blackout is effectively, you're hearing it all over. We can watch some video. Oh, Scotty makes a really good point. If they do away with Joe Biden and Kamala steps in and finishes his term, is she still eligible to run 2 terms as president? That is a fucking amazing question. I want to see if I know the answer before I look it up. Okay.
Got another question along the lines.
All right, hold on a second. I want to do this one. If Joe Biden and Kamala steps in and finishes his term, is she still? Yes, she would still be eligible to run 2 terms as president. And the reason why is it does not take up more than half of his presidency. It would be a full term, and she steps in as interim president, which is different. But let me go ahead and do that. Just let me do this real quick. Yes, Kamala Harris can still run for 2 terms, even if she takes over as president following Joe Biden's resignation, as long as her initial term in office is less than 2 years. God, fucking stand up! Oh, yeah, man.
I thought you were gonna do that when the "Can you feel that?" or whatever it is.
Can you feel that?
Question along the same
Hold on a
line.
second. Do you guys understand? I probably read that 30 years ago somewhere. But yeah, if it's not over 50%, like she can go from 49% of the overall time in office, which would be 365. 365 is what, 720? So that's 1,440 days. So as long as she does 719 days, she can rerun for another 2 full terms. If she goes 720 wouldn't count. It has to be a full day. So it'd be a full calendar day. So it'd be 721 days. She would eat a full term. It's pretty fucking impressive, right? I mean, come on, just say it's impressive. Say it. Say it.
I'm impressed.
Whatever. Go ahead.
I could say something else, but it's probably not appropriate.
No, say it, please. Karen Eschenbach said I already knew the answer. So did I. That's why I said it before I looked it up.
Can Obama actually run as Kamala's VP since he's already been president? Again. Can Obama run as the VP?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. You guys, there were rumors that they had an affair. There ain't no fucking way Michelle's going to allow that to happen. Obama's not running as anyone's VP. Just like I told you Donald Trump wasn't going to be Speaker of the House. Come on, enough of this. Don't. Please don't. What else?
That was it.
Eric says, I can imagine what will be unburdened by what was. Were there no other questions?
No, there's been a few, but no, nothing massive.
Okay. So 177 on. Nice.
We have I don't know if she's already left, but she's a far left Democrat who thinks we are a cult.
Oh, yeah, we're a cult. We're the ones who literally within 36 hours abandoned Joe Biden, the elderly man that was the great white hope that was going to take America into the future, that was going to revitalize hope and change for America. The energetic, well-spoken, well-articulated Joe Biden, who was a racist for 48 fucking years in office. Yeah, that guy. And you dumped him, abandoned him, put him in an old folks home, and all of a sudden, this person you haven't talked about since 2019, 2020, who you have done nothing with, who you have espoused nothing positive, is now your favorite person on the planet. You guys are that's what a cult is, lady. At least we're voting for the same guy. We've had the same guy since 2016. You guys will just change out any Tom, Dick, and Harry because they're black or they have a slit up their coos. So fuck you, lady. How about that? What's her name? I like
the way she spells her name.
What is it? Is it Karen McFucking Karensting?
No, it's Jasmine. J-A-Z.
Sounds like a stripper.
M-A-N. That's how she spells her name.
I think fucking stripper. She's a stripper. You know, Donald Trump doesn't want to fucking tax your tips, lady. Your titties should be all up in his face. Motorboat. Are they built for comfort or built for speed? Which one? Are they built for comfort or built for speed? Have you had downstairs surgery, or do you still have bat wings and guys go down and they're like,
oh my God,
and try to take off?
That's so horrible.
Just wondering which one.
Oh.
Welcome to the Donut Fremy Show, lady. If you're not offended, you will be. What was her name?
Jasmine. Jazman.
Jasmine what?
I don't remember the last name, to be completely honest, but it's the only jazz man that I've ever seen. So can't be too hard to find.
Loretta says.
Jazz hands. Oh, you can't see me.
Loretta says, since Biden stepped down, Kamala is unburdened by what has been.
Amy needs to be here for that.
Jasmine.
Jasmine
M. Betty. Harris 2024
Yep.
in the last 36 hours.
Yep.
Jasmine M. Beatty. 3 names. Go fucking figure. FDT. Federal Diphtheria Transmission. I don't know. FDT. Financial Disclosure Telethon. Oh, fuck Donald Trump. I don't know. You're the stripper. You fucking fuck him. Jasmine says, no thanks, not my type. Enjoy the cult show. Jasmine, you have an eagle as your picture. That's blue. Which means 2 things. You're fat and you're self-conscious and you're afraid to put your own image up. And don't project your shit onto us. We're not a cult. If Donald Trump does something wrong, we'll say it, especially this group. Why do people do that? Why do you come in here and just assume that we're like Trump, Trump, Trump? I'm not Trump, Trump, Trump. I'm just not Joe, Joe, Joe. And I'm now not the ho, ho, ho. Okay? I'm just not. Can states that already have Biden fight having Kamala on the ticket? No, because she was on the ticket for the primary. It's state law, it's election law, that if you're an incumbent, president and vice president is assigned to the ticket because that's disclosed. That's it. That's why they have to change it before the DNC is the vice president. The contender does not. And in this case, Donald Trump, he doesn't have a vice president. But if this was Trump Pence, if you look at your primary, it was Trump Pence on the ticket. Just like if you voted for Joe Biden, like the stripper did, it would say Biden Harris.
I just got a really good comment.
Who did? What? Where?
On Wimkin, when Biden finds out he is no longer running for election, he's going to be really upset.
I've seen that. It's quite funny. What are your thoughts on Secret Service asking Trump to limit rallies to indoors? Genuine concern or leveling the playing field for optics in favor? It's a genuine concern. Listen, people need to realize they didn't get him. So it's go mission forward. Democrats, if they can't beat him, you know what's going to happen. This is Hitler. This is Orange Man. This is Orange Man's bad. He's going to destroy the world. He's going to destroy democracy. They have empowered the crazies in their party to take him out. I would absolutely in no way, fucking shape or form do an outdoor event. No way if I was Donald Trump. They're going to try to get him. You know this. We've been saying this for 4 years. Okay. Matt, my buddy sent me a podcast, PPD, and apparently, though I have not watched it, it has a convincing argument to more than one shooter. Yeah, I've heard these arguments,
Thank you,
Thomas.
Amy.
I've watched it. I've heard that guy, the audio guy. I tore him apart. Listen, we've got a lot to cover tonight, so we got to do this. Kelly says, if Kamala wins, how would other leaders look at the U.S. and when she visits their country? Well, Margaret Thatcher was fairly well respected, but the Middle Eastern princes, they didn't like her. Margaret Thatcher, the Iranians hated her. Muslims hated Thatcher. I mean, that's why they targeted her country for terrorism. That's why she had to call in Reagan. And we had to save the English once again. Because you guys were too much of pussies to go after Iran, so we did it for you. And don't get me started on the English. But Jasmine blocked you. Oh.
Bummer.
Oh, well, at least you won't catch hepatitis. Why has Trump campaign filed FEC filing for the $90 million of Biden's? Because they're going to contest an election. They're going to hold up that money. They don't have a chance of getting it, but it's going to hold up that money. It's genius. I'd fucking sue for the whole $482 million in the cash farm. I would say that absolutely, I would contest all of it and just hold it up in court because they can't spend it. That's why. And that's what they're doing to Donald Trump. That's the exact reason why they wouldn't let him go out. They held him up in court in New York. This is all what it is. It's just games. It's just politics. Mike Blankman, you don't need to speak for me. Please stop. Yeah, Blankman, stop being Blankman, please. God, fuck, dude. It's like high school. Trump should be wearing a Kevlar vest. He was wearing a vest on his last event. I'm just letting you know. As plain as day. He's wearing a full Kevlar vest, and I even think he's covering mid-abdomen. Vests have different proportions. Sometimes like full body vests, they even have vests that cover the crotch. He was wearing a full body vest. I mean, he's covered head to toe. The only thing that was exposed is head, arms, and legs. And I would be surprised that you don't see plexiglass go up now. And they should. They should put plexiglass on his left and right side and make sure his 6 is against something. I don't think they're going to put people behind him much anymore. Or at least in front of him. He'll have Secret Service needs full line of sight to him. They need to be 5 feet away from him the entire time. You'll see that from now on. That's what Eli Crane is saying. What's Eli Crane saying? Come on, Tina, you know how this works. Kamala is not Thatcher. I never said she was. I'm just telling you how world leaders will interpret her, and Thatcher was not liked because she was English and she was a woman. Muslim men have no respect for women in power. It's pretty safe to assume. Okay, so let's get to this. His suits for events are body vests too. Okay. Even if Trump's suit was a vest, we know this. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. 5.56? Yeah, 5.56 isn't. You guys got to understand. The velocity and rounds of today, vests are meant to stop handguns. A 5.56 and a 2.23, it depends on the yardage. 400 yards away, 500, 600, maybe. 150 yards, not a good chance. That bullet's moving 23.50 an hour. No, not a good chance. It's going to penetrate. Enough to penetrate to go through the Kevlar. He needs a food taster. Michael Gillespie said it best. I told Olivia, I said, if they can't get him with bullet, they're going to get him with food. Eli Crane said he thought second shooter bad inside job. I appreciate, Eli Crane knows better than anyone else. If this was a professional hit, Donald Trump should be dead. I respect Eli. And if he thinks there's a second shooter, that is completely fine. But there is no evidence that shows me there was a second shooter in any way, shape, or form at all. And if Eli knows because he's a sniper. Eli would know. But I still don't have any evidence. And even though I respect the man beyond reproach, I will not take his word based upon his word. It certainly leads me to dive in further. But without empirical data and evidence, I will do what I do with everybody is I have to see evidence. I've listened to the audio, nothing. I've seen the video. Why are they faking videos if there's evidence? Why are they faking audio clips and changing the overall pitch and frequency of the audio if it's real? You guys, it comes down to this. If this was a political hit, if this was a professional, Donald Trump would not be alive. If there were two shooters, he would not be alive. Why is he alive? Just explain it to me. Now, people are talking about the records of this kid, his phone records, his geocaching on his phone and his device. All questions. Now, this whole thing about him being with the FBI was in vicinity. That food area also is for shopping. They have restaurants. They have fast food there. It is a frequented area. To say that it was directly FBI is ridiculous. Listen, I know people are trying to put... Why did they do the fake picture of the FBI? Say the lady with the hat who recorded was FBI. Why is there fake... This is why the Palestine thing. Why are people going ahead and prosecuting that Palestine is innocent and Jews are killing innocent civilians when they have to make this shit up? When they have to alter video? When they have to use fake babies and shit like that? Why do they have to use scenes from 2017 that's in Bosnia-Herzegovina has nothing to do with Palestine? Well, if you have to make it up, then that's why. You're lying. Why are people doctoring water tower videos and showing a little shadow coming up? That shadow would be like 14 feet tall based upon the top and the schematics of the building. It's fake. People do things like this to garner attention. If Eli Crane says that he thinks there was a second shooter, then explain it to me. Why is he alive? Now, could there have been a second kid? Sure. Who took shots? Sure. Tell me where the shots came from. Water tower? There's no conclusive evidence of that. And he should know that angle of that shot is not a good one to hit Trump. Because they were on top. Now, if they're on the railing, that's one thing. And that's where the Secret Service went. They would have been laying on top of the water tower. Trajectory and angle was all wrong. He knows this. I haven't been out there, but I want to really hear what he said. Are you sure, Tina? He said, with no equivocation, there was a second shooter. What did she say, honey? Did she say that?
Just another hashtag. Just what it, let me see. It's not memorable.
Thomas, you're not, what? Who? What? What? What are you talking about?
Jasmine came back and said.
I don't care if Jasmine came back.
Because I thought you said my comment. So.
Bongino sources say 1 assassin, 2 shots by 2 security personnel, 1 shot missed. Yeah. 1 assassin, 2 shots by 2 security personnel, one shot missed. Yes. But the director of Secret Service said there was only 1 shot, and I disagree. Because I heard that 30. I did hear 1 solid 308. But I believe there was negligent discharge on the tripod-based sniper's nest, which is the I guess not the SH-13. What is it? It's not the HK. I can't remember the name of the weapon. SR-13. It doesn't matter. Whatever the 13 was, I've showed pictures of it. I believe there was negligent discharge. I believe that he got fired upon and he pulled it back and he kept his booger hook on the bane switch. He was ready to pop one off anyway. And then he started taking fire. He went off optics and then looked down. And then you'll see a lot of people think it's recoil. It's not. He's holding onto the tripod. He pulls the tripod back and down. And then the muzzle goes to dirt. It's a very good chance that he, fired 40, 50 yards in front of the shooter and with negligent discharge. But I believe there are 2 shots. Listen, conspiracies are going to be conspiracies. Kennedy assassination has been alive since it happened. November 22nd, 1963. 1201, death, 1251, declared. It's been a conspiracy theory since the beginning. And it will always remain. People don't know shit. Eli Crane is a smart fucking guy, and I trust him. He's a sniper. He's a SEAL. He's not my friend, but I will defend him, and I have, because I find him to be a genuinely honest and good human being. If he thinks that there's a second shooter, he's more entitled to that opinion. I am not going to say there is until I have empirical data. I don't care who it fucking is. That's it. Jasmine is a paid influencer who sells stuff besides her body. I just look at the brain matter. The caliber that killed the shooter must be high energy caliber, like a 308. Absolutely, it's a 308. It's not a PSG one. No, John, it wasn't a PSG one. Oh God, hold on. I don't know why I'm getting old. It just sucks. It's just a part of getting old where you can't remember everything. And I'm pretty good at it, but MK13. MK13. And it shoots a 338. That's the MK13. It's a special forces. Force Recon uses it. SEAL teams use it. British SAS use it. MK13. It's modified. It's a big fucker. Huge weapon. Huge. When you put a suppressor on that thing, it's as big as I am tall. But the other sniper team were using 308s. And they're probably using scout snipers, I would assume. I didn't see what they're using because we didn't get to see the second team. I don't like Wimkin because it's everyone's government name, and I don't know everyone's government name. What? What?
I don't know.
What's she talking about?
I might be talking to somebody else.
I'm sorry you don't like Wimkin. Please don't talk bad about Wimkin in my channel. They're a sponsor of my show, and I love them. If you have a problem with Wimkin, you can send me a personal message, and we'll see what we can do to change it. But please don't trash them in my channel.
Who said that?
Amber. Carol, it is, what else? 300 Win Mag. Yeah. 338 specifically is what that round they were using. Here. Here's the 300, folks. I got all the cool toys. Can everybody see that? I'm going to keep it. This is ratio to proportion. I'm going to put it right here so everyone can see it. And this is a 300. This is a 308, 250 grain. It's a beast. So slightly bigger. So there you go. So 338 on that MK. And that's what they're using. And here is a picture of the MK13. If you don't trust my intel, and you should always trust me, because I'm not going to tell you something that isn't true. This is an MK13. And that's exactly what they were using. Minus the color. That's it. Here's another angle. There you go. It's a beast. So that's what Sniper Team 1 was using. Sniper Team 2 is using 308. At 100 yards, 308 is over 2,000 foot-pounds of energy. Very high. Oh, yeah, that thing, it'll put you down completely. And that is what I love about you, Matt. You only give us facts. You don't know the facts, and you say that you don't know. Yep. MK13, 338, or 338 Lapua. Is it Lapua? Is that how you say it? Bolt 308, you think? Yeah, I think it's a Bolt 308. I listened to it, and the report. Well, not the report. The original fire, which you were right there. I mean, you were pretty much completely in line, perpendicular to the second team with that video. So the initial pull sounds like a 308, slightly to the right. It's a little bit behind that current station. Sniper Team 1 was like here, and Sniper Team 2 was here. Both buildings completely in line with each other, but separated by 30, 40 yards. Maybe less than that. Maybe 100. No, maybe 50 feet. Maybe 80 feet. I don't know. Whatever that building width is. But the point is it reported to the left. And the initial fire, it was 308. It just sounded like a 308 to me. And remember, I predicted how many sniper teams and what rounds were fired, and I predicted the shot, the 308, when nobody else said it. And I said there were 2 sniper teams. Liv?
Yes.
You were there. You weren't listening.
No.
Did I say there were 2 sniper teams the day of the shooting? Yes.
Yes,
and I said that I heard a 308?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I called it.
Yes.
Okay.
You're the person who a helicopter or a plane flies by, and I can ask you what it is, and you
and
can
how many?
name it.
Yeah. It's just welcome to Intel. The kid acted alone at the very least. Certain USS agents stood down and gave him a window, but you'll never prove it. What we know is the Secret Service detail were inefficient at the rally. The issue is the divisive language and the rhetoric from the yes, dude, Eric, perfect. See, you didn't do nah either. I'm proud of you. I like you. You're a good dude. 338 Lapua. It's Lapua, right? Gillespie says. I'm sorry, not trying to trash them. I don't know them well enough. Exactly. So sometime, and Amber, with love, here it is. You know how this works. You've been on my show long enough. When you don't know what you're talking about, sometimes your mouth is best used for chewing. And here's the cool thing. I'm not a sexist. I would say that to a guy. So I love you. Undeniably love you. You were one of my first people who have ever watched my show. I adore you. Just don't talk about Wimpkin if you don't know anything about him. What's up, E? All right. Can you still see clearly out of it? Matt, Trump and Vance doing an interview with Jesse Waters. Okay, that's all right. I think it might be a replay. Don't unfriend me, coasters. I'll do my best. 338 is too expensive. Will Fed really use 338? Yeah, because don't you remember when ATF went up and bought all that ammo? 338 was a part of it. Can I tell you a story? Okay, wait till my son gets out of here. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story. Everyone listen. This is a good story. Did you play Elden Ring anymore?
No, I just.
Did you not like it?
No, I liked it. I just went to Jack's.
Okay, you can play if you want.
Wouldn't stop talking about it.
You can go play it if you want.
I'm gonna go take
Yeah, don't play it. My character is paused. Okay, so, Paul says 338 bigger punch farther up because the grain count on it's ridiculous. It's getting hit by a brick. But also its range is going to be different. It has much more punching power, but it doesn't necessarily have as good a velocity as the 308. 308 is 182 grain. It's 75 grains less. It's going to have less weight. It's going to have the propensity to carry and maintain its speed velocity in a much more effective way, for sure. Moving on. Here's the thing. I have a friend, a very good friend, who I'm trying to get on the show, and I cannot mention names because I can't say anything in detail. I can't even tell you the type of ammunition it is. I can't even tell you the branch of government. I can't even tell you who's involved. But what I can tell you is that occasionally the U.S. government will sell ammo that is close to being expired or expired to private dealers. And there was a sale of ammo that wound up being essentially that could fill an F-250's trunk bed. And about 4,000 pounds, if that tells you how much ammo that is. That made its way from a truck to friends who know the guy, who happen to be in law enforcement or ex-soft guys, or somebody who might run a podcast who knows the soft guys. And purportedly, some of those boxes of ammo may have made its way into a particular podcaster's purview. My point is when somebody says, does the government buy up ammo? That was one caliber. The government buys a shit ton of ammo. Hundreds of millions of dollars annually are spent on ammunition from local dealers and local shops, bought by the ATF, bought by the three-letter agencies for training, bought by the teams, bought by Force Recon, bought by the military, to be used for training operations. In fact, about 72%, we used to have an ammo guy on our show, just a fucking amazing guy, real smart. He left because he thought the election was stolen and he hated me because I was right. Sorry. That said something like 72% of the ammunition that's bought in the United States is done by the U.S. government. Something to that effect. Okay? Thomas, hit me up on that question about Ohio.
Are rounds safe if they're old or expired?
Yeah. I mean,
why do they expire then?
Well, because everything has... Understand, if you have a controlled explosion inside a barrel of a rifle, that's what it is. But it's like a piston in a car, or it's like a car firing. If that head doesn't maintain integrity, it becomes dangerous. You throw a rod, whatever, it'll seize your engine and it'll do internal damage. A round that explodes based upon a failure with the primer or the seal, or where the actual slug meets the casing, if something happens with that round, you're going to get a couple of things. One is you're going to get a dud round, okay? And it's not going to fire. And firing pin strikes.
Bless you.
Thank you. And that primer cap doesn't go off, and it doesn't ignite the powder, and you don't get the combustion to propel the bullet, the slug, the round out of the barrel. But other times, you might have a failure with the integrity of the round itself. And if that happens, it can do damage to your barrel. Like a lot of people shoot plus P rounds through their Glocks. And if you continue to shoot plus P rounds, which weren't necessarily designed with that much powder and that much velocity through your Glock, and you do it repetitively, it can damage the barrel. So you don't want to shoot expired ammo because of its... Now, you might want to use it for target practice. But once again, at some point, it's not going to fire. And that's its main thing. But also, the integrity of the round is important. And when you're firing an AR and, pop, 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 and you could have bullets cook, you could have rounds cook off because there is a seam inside in one of the rounds that's exposed because of slippage and moisture and everything else. And if that round cooks off in the barrel before you mean to pull that trigger, you're catastrophic fucking damage to your face and you and everything else. And there's guys that have lost their lives because rounds cook off, and that's not good. You don't want a round cooking off in your mag. So remember, there's nothing in that mag that's stopping the housing of the weapon and the ejection port from dropping powder and ignited powder. And if that ignited powder goes into a round that's exposed, it cooks off. You're fucked. I mean, those rounds are going to cook off, and it'll blow up your fucking barrel. So yeah, it's dangerous. You don't want to shoot expired ammo. Does that make sense? Blav.
BLM.
I'm talking
sorry.
to you.
Sorry.
Does that make sense?
I'm sorry. I was reading.
Oh
something.
my lord! You asked me a question about expired ammo. I answer it. You're not even
It was
listening.
somebody else's question, so I asked for them.
Oh, okay. So just say yes. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
BLM is protesting Kamala Harris.
I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because she served a former KKK sympathizer. I mean, why would it? Okay, let me finish this. Yeah, and a damaged box of ammo is bad too. I mean, you just don't want to have. Yeah. Can you get DUM Show visors or Trump Vance visors? Joseph, remind me. How many are you going to buy? If it's just one, it's going to be hard. What is the life on a round? I have many for years not used. Evelyn, you're gonna want to go to an expert. You want to go to a gunsmith. You're gonna want to go to someone who reloads ammo. Today, the way ammo is made and the quality of the ammo, the quality of the powder, if you buy strong and really high quality ammo and don't buy shit ammo, but good ammo, and you know what good ammo is because you pay for it, it's gonna last you. I've got M1 ammo in that right there that's 25 years old, and I can go out and fire it right now. And I guarantee it's going to fucking do just fine. And I can put 30 rounds on target at 150 yards all day fucking long with that M1. I'll put a grouping like that. I'll put rounds through rounds on the target with that. And that some of that ammo is 30 years old. So to answer your question, ammo lasts quite a long time. But other ammo that doesn't have full brass casing, like a shotgun shell, it isn't going to last as long. So you just have to, that's right. Find a local blacksmith, gunsmith, a professional, and they'll let you know. And here's the thing: you want to test the ammo, put one round in, leave the mag out, put one round in, empty the mag, send a bullet down range, and see how it goes. And if it fires, good. And then put in another one. And then once you feel comfortable, load up a mag. And slowly squeeze and send bullets down range. And if you get a failure out of 1 out of 10, if you get a failure 1 out of 30, the ammo is probably not good. If you get multiple failures, the ammo is definitely not good. Does it make sense? Yeah, shit ammo performs like shit. Good ammo will perform like good. Expensive ammo will perform highly well. Yep. I will buy one. I keep my donut. Okay, I'll get visors made. It's easy fix. Okay. Got a shit ton of people on, man. Our live show's getting busy, Livy.
Yeah, we are at, let me see, hang on. We are at let me see, Rumble 75. They were up in the 90s earlier. We're getting a lot of people on Rumble.
Okay.
And we are at almost 3,500 views on Wimkin.
I love Wimkin. They're such good people. All right, I'm just going to do a couple quick things. And then I got to go. Here's my whole thought. Do you guys like the glasses?
I do.
The glasses better than the old ones? I like these. I can actually wear these. Yes, climate controlled environment. Keep your ammo dry. Have you ever heard keep your powder dry? It's really a euphemism to basically say is don't burn your powder on things that don't matter. Save it for the day that it matters. It's a revolution, Civil War type saying that has carried on through the days. Keep your powder dry. And I think it has to actually do with cannons and long barrels more than guns. I'm trying to remember the quote, the etymology of the quote. Keep your powder dry. It might have been the Colonial Navy. Shit. Squirrel. Trust in God and keep your powder dry. Oliver Cromwell. First appearance was 1834. In a poem, dramatic representation of Cromwell addressing the army in the invasion of Ireland. 1834. Keep your powder dry. Okay. There you go. Folks, okay, so can I explain something? Do you want to know why I'm not the smartest guy in the world? I don't know everything. There's a lot of things I don't understand. But whenever I don't know something, I look it up. And that's what I do in my head all day. I'll be sitting here thinking, I'm like, what the fuck? Where did it come from? And I have to go look it up. So my dad was the same way. So that's why I'm really, Olivia probably isn't listening. Olivia.
Sorry.
Olivia, Trivial Pursuit.
Oh God, Trivial Pursuit. I don't think we got to go first. And as soon as we answered a question wrong, I don't think we answered another one. I don't think we got a chance to answer another
It's kind of like playing, Eddie the Shark in pool in 9-ball. When you miss the first shot, you're not getting a second shot. I love Trivial Pursuit. It's one of my favorites. I used to literally read the Genius Edition, the Silver Edition, the Silver Screen Edition, American History, and I would read that at Applebee's. I was a bartender, but then I became a manager. And during my break, I would just read Trivial Pursuit cards and just read them, memorize them. That's what I would do. You remind me of Bill Enveld joke, Matt. You look like a dork just messing. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate you. Okay, quickly, video, and then we got to get going. Even though I'm having a blast tonight. I'm having fun. Like, tonight is a fun night. I feel really good. It's a good night. How are we on donations? Anything else?
Nada so far.
Such a good show, and gosh.
Whoa.
Hold on.
We need to start a fan page for Yenny. Yenny might get a lot of donations for us. I've nicknamed her Royal Highness Yenny.
Did you put down Lee? Lee gave us 20.
Yeah, that was Edward. I totally forgot.
It's Lee. Okay.
I know. I realized that afterwards.
Well, listen, we appreciate it, guys. We thank you. It helps. It keeps us going. Okay, so here's a video. And we're going to do this, and then I just want you to listen to what the narrative they're selling. Here it is.
Gotta say it. I just gotta say it.
I'm getting balder.
Liv, be quiet. What?
She's getting balder.
Honey, can you let people listen?
Yes.
Not during the video. She's talking quiet. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but let people listen.
Given the just stratospheric entrance of Vice President Kamala Harris into the presidential campaign, and she has now secured enough delegates to become the nominee, you're going to look real crazy being on the other side of that line, particularly as a person of color, but really as anyone who...
Say what you're going to say, baby.
No, I was just making
just
fun
go
of
ahead.
her.
Say
I was
it.
saying, because she's saying, I got to say it. I got to say it.
Just go ahead and say it. Don't explain the joke. What were you going to say?
I'm losing my hair. I'm getting more bald.
Oh, I see.
She's
Okay,
trying to
sorry.
be
I don't mean to be short. I'm just, yeah. She is. I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
No respect for her.
I don't either. She looks like a used Q-tip. So here's the thing that I have a problem with. You are selling your people out by voting for Democrats. They have done nothing. They have done nothing for African American community. They've done nothing for the minority community. Why? Why would you sell them out? Why are you telling people that they're on the wrong side? This is fucking racist. I mean, you're just telling people that you're people of color and you're on the wrong side if you don't vote. You're a sellout. What has the Democrat Party done for black people?
It worked for Biden, apparently. So
but it doesn't matter. But you know what I'm talking about. Eugenics, Tuskegee experiments, civil rights. It wasn't the Democrats, folks. Slavery, Jim Crow, the modern day slave plantations of the inner city. 37 out of the top 50 cities are democratically ran who have the highest death rate on black youth. Give me a fucking break. Why are you espousing that the black people deserve to be subjugated to that type of treatment just because Kamala isn't black? Give me a break.
Any connection to the culture, you're going to look real weird and real lonely on that side. The door needs to close behind Amber. And she looked crazy over there. But shut the door behind her. you really are going to look crazy being on that side, given the cultural phenomenon of Vice President Kamala Devi Harris. She's about to make history.
Oh, my God. The glass ceiling. I can't wait for the balloons. Listen, I want to give it to the Democrats, okay? It was a pretty bold move. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you. We appreciate it. Much needed this month. We thank you. And now here's another one. Van Jones. Listen to this.
With that, I was on a phone call with.
I like Van Jones. I think he is a black Richard Gere. And I think he's smart. I think he cries too much. I don't like his politics. I just like him as a person. Like, I hate his politics, but I'd like to sit down and have a beer with him. He just seems like a nice guy. I don't know why.
You start insulting black women, you're going to see something you haven't seen before. Black men are not going to put up with that. I was on a phone call with 20,000 black men. The word protect came up about 1,000 times. Protect this sister. Protect this sister. We're going to protect her. Protect her. You're about to see something you haven't seen before. Look, people messed around with Hillary Clinton and said a bunch of mean stuff to her. Black men set that out. We won't set this out. So I don't think that the Republican Party understands that all the work that they did trying to get us over there, two more days of this, it's going to be a problem.
I've got two feelings about that. I don't know what you think, Liv, but did you have some feelings about that? Or
No, not really. I mean, I think they're all stupid. I mean, Biden is the great white hope, and Biden is my favorite person on the entire planet, and he's the smartest man I know, and he's handsome, and he's amazing, and he's, oh my gosh, and fuck Joe Biden. Kamala's got the crown now. Kamala is all end all be all. She's gonna save the world. It's just so fucking fake and stupid. They're just yeah. I have absolutely no respect for any of them.
Okay, I think that's fair. You're on screen, by the way.
Yay.
There you are. See?
So everyone can see Annie.
So, well, you're blurred, by the way.
I know.
So, there's two things. One, three things. African American men will defend Kamala Harris. They will. And the reason is that there is a very large culture inside the African American community that is very much like the rurals, that the matriarch is very important. But today she called Donald Trump a rapist, a sexual abuser. She's called him a Nazi in the past. Lady, the gloves are off. So Van Jones, for him to sit here and say that, I understand where he's coming from, but I just want to be completely transparent when I say this, that I know a lot of black men. And I served with a lot of black men, and they like white women a lot. Just letting you know. And a lot of black men don't like black women. Just to let you know. And you might be like, really? Yeah, really. Because a lot of black women are very emasculating to black men. And there is a culture inside the black communities that women have taken advantage of the matriarch situation and physically and mentally castrate black men. And it's just the truth. I don't think black men are going to look at her and say, she's black, I'm going to defend her. I think they're going to look at her policies and say Democrats, because there is a changing, black people are changing their minds about Democrat policy. So you can make this about color, you can make it about race, and Republicans have to be very careful not to make it about color and not to make it about race, because they will win that battle. Make it about policy. Make it about what food costs for people. Why is Olivia blurred? Because she doesn't want to be seen on camera because she doesn't have her makeup on. You have to be very careful not to play the game that they want to play, which is identity and race politics. Donald Trump needs to ensure that he keeps it about that we have $8,000 to $12,000 less in our savings account. Everyone paid more taxes than Donald Trump's entire 4 years last year. The economy, inflation, food costs, the unemployment numbers, how many people have literally just stopped looking for a job who are unemployed, who are no longer in the system. World politics, energy prices, housing shortages, the bubble in the stock market. The next 2 Supreme Court justices will more than likely be reassigned in the next 4 years. The calls to pack the Supreme Court, the Paris Accord, the Iran nuclear deal, the hatred for Jews that comes from the left. Folks, he has to focus on the policy. He cannot focus on her skin color. If he focuses on her skin color, it will be President Kamala Harris. I'm just letting you know. If he focuses it on abortion and Kamala Harris and the skin color and identity politics and transgenders in the bathrooms, if they allow Trump to go down there, he's going to lose. But if he just does 2016 and continually talk to the middle class, talk to Christians, talk to gun owners, talk to the inner cities, talk to these black neighborhoods that don't see anyone, point out how Kamala Harris panders to the people, talk about her super predators, talk about her convictions, and when she was a DA, how she persecuted black youth. Point out her record and hang her with it. Sorry for the comment. You know what? Fuck that. I'm not sorry. It's a comment that you hang your opponent. Yes. I don't care. She didn't have no clan where she came from. She's from fucking California. She had a golden nipple in her mouth or a dick most of her career. See, Trump, don't do that. Don't do that, Trump. You can't do that. Benjamin Netanyahu came off the tarmac today and he did not have an entourage and nobody met him. The Democrats hate Jews. That is what I would run on. Take the narrative away. Get Florida Jews to call their friends in Ohio, to call their friends in Virginia, to call their friends in Michigan and Wisconsin and say not to vote for Democrats because they hate Jews. Because they just let Benjamin Netanyahu run solo on a tarmac. Nobody was there to greet him. Nobody. This needs to be chess, not checkers. 2020 was a checkers campaign for Trump. He did not do well. This has to be chess. It has to be 2016 again. That's it. Folks, I got
a question for you.
Yeah, baby, go.
Oh, darn it. You didn't give me the answer I wanted. What is your normal answer when I say I got a question?
Honey, how can I go ahead and fulfill your life that I haven't done already?
12 inches.
12 inches.
We have a drinking game going on Rumble. Every time you say it, everyone has to take a shot. You haven't said it for like 2 nights.
Well, that's because I'm unpredictable.
I tried, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, by the way, proof of life, folks. That doesn't count. You shouldn't take a shot. Proof of life, folks. Here's Joe Biden. And if you think it's not Joe Biden, just look at his mannerisms. Look at him walk.
How are you feeling since you dropped out of the race, sir?
Look at the way he's walking. See, stumble.
Can Harris beat Trump?
Joe Biden's not dead, at least in the physical sense. Mentally, that's a whole nother. I got to show you Ava Navarro's video. I got to show you this video that Harris is the best DEI hire. I got to show you this lady threatens MAGA with violence. I've already shown you him. I got a bunch to show you tomorrow. It's going to be a good show tomorrow. Folks, do me a favor. If you have not had a chance, please stop by Wimkin. Wimkin is the free speech network. It's right down here at all times, wimkin.com, all the way down there. Wimkin is 9 million strong. They have been a huge help to our show. They have taken care of us in a way that I can't even begin to describe. They treat us like real content creators. They take care of us from a mental standpoint by always giving us support, whatever we need, from a physical standpoint, financially. They're amazing. And I'm telling you, it is a great network. And Jason Shepard has created something truly special over there, and it's a family. If you have not been to wimkin.com, do it. Here's the ad. Don't leave. It's funny. It's actually a commercial worth watching. It's rare. You don't get these until the Super Bowl or the playoffs, but this one's good.
Are you tired of being constantly banned off of every social media platform for saying facts only to be proven right 6 months later after you already had to create a new account? Tired of Fuckerberg robot AI-looking bitch constantly putting you in Facebook jail? Or maybe a geriatric old bastard who shits his pants in front of the Pope became the resident-in-chief because his crack addict, traitorous son had complete media silence about traitorous actions and backdoor deals with the big guy. And those bastards ban you for sharing the story. If you said yes to 2 of the 3 above, you don't need to circle back like a failed White House spokesperson who has 2 alcoholic drinks for a name. Up in Wimkin, we think it's fair not to sell your data to China, even though their president is super inclusive and named Xi. We kind of have a problem with the whole harvesting organs, slave labor, and communism. We also don't compromise you or get your kids to do stupid and dangerous trends. So you don't have to find out secondhand your kid Johnny is an idiot. Look no further than Wimkin. Made and housed in the USA, Wimkin offers all the features of Facebook and more, with complete data privacy and safe for your whole family. Download us on your app store today and join the community of users who value privacy and safety. Wimkin.
If you haven't had a chance, go over to Wimkin, take a look, and thank you. Go over to Wimkin, take a look. It's a great platform, folks. Go to thedumshow.com. You can pick up cool shirts and hats. It's 10% off. I think the 10% off is over. I'll extend it. DUM10, code DUM10, DUM10. Put that on checkout. You get 10% off the entire store. Everything but the Documents of Freedom. I want to thank everyone for being on. Amber, I love you. You're amazing. I hope you're not offended. Elizabeth, I think it was, wanted to know about the Documents of Freedom. Once again, to you too. And Jasmine, the stripper.
Jazzman, get it right.
Jazzman, the stripper.
Hands.
Hepatitis is very real. Wash your hands and stop spreading that shit around the United States.
It was Diane's birthday yesterday.
Diane's birthday. Diane, happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday, but it's great to...
She didn't mention it yesterday. She waited till today to mention it.
Well, that's not good. Diane, happy birthday. How old's Diane?
I don't know if she wants
about
to
Jack
say.
and Diane, 2 young American kids.
Can I say Diane?
Violet says, I got my shirts today. Everybody's ordered. Guys, just relax. It's coming. They come fast. Shirts, 5-7 days. Just hang tight. I believe, thank you. Always love seeing you on Facebook and your contributions. Love everyone making your contributions. Thank you all. You're amazing. You guys are great. All right, we're going to go. See you tomorrow. Recorded show tomorrow early in the AM. Dumb news. People are saying, where's the news? I'm just going to be transparent with you. There's some complications with Spreely. And I'm waiting to find out what's going on and hear back. But yeah, I need to be paid for the work that I do. And when it's been, almost 30 days, you got to say, hey, wait. So I'm a little frustrated right now, and I'm holding off on doing any more work without being paid. So I just can't do that. My time's too important to me. I work too damn hard. So this isn't trashing. I've always been transparent with you. I will continue to be transparent with you. So Spreely needs to make some things right before I continue to do that, or we'll just make a change. And that's just the way it is.
Diane turned 67.
67 years old, 67 years young. That's amazing. Good for you, Diane. Happy birthday to you. We also have the Dumb Club meeting coming up this Saturday. We are going to have Leroy and Amy in the Q&A. I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking. I'm going to let them run it, and I'm just going to kind of sit back. And it should be absolutely fun. Dumb news will continue no matter what. It's just how it continues. I don't like all the ads. It's way too much. I'm just going to re-envision it. And the Dumb Club's going to need some work too, because a lot of that's Spreely associated. So there's a lot of changes that I'm going to need to make. I hope you guys can be patient until we make them all, if that has to happen. I don't want it to happen. I believe that you pay people on time. And if you do that, then I'll walk through walls from you. If you don't do that, then you're I'm not going to. So that's the way it is. There it is. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching the Donut Family Show. Liv, thank you for coming on tonight. I love you.
Keepers.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.
Night, y'all.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.